in this study, was the variation in weight loss within each group, was it widespread like the A to Z study, and was it explained by the genotype and insulin resistance?
So the variance was just as high as we had expected. Once again, a bunch of people lost 25 and 30 kilos, a bunch of people gained 5 and 10 kilos, everything in between, huge drum roll. The insulin resistance didn't work and the genotype pattern didn't work. Neither of them predicted the massive variability that we saw. This is like 10 years of my life. And I was like, this hypothesis makes so much sense. And it failed.
Were you deflated, or was that a success to you because it kind of ticks those off and then sets you on a new direction for looking at, well, hang on, if it's not these 3 SNPs and it's not insulin resistance, then what is it? Is it behavior? Is it hunger drive? Like what can explain why some people are doing well on a particular diet and others are not?
Yeah, so it definitely was deflating for the first moment. But throughout the study, we were all super proud of what we were doing, for how many people we retained in the study, for how well they were trying to follow it. The dietitians were all really proud of the participants themselves. They could see how hard they were working at this. We were really collecting lots of data to be able to explore different alternatives. So I wasn't really actually all that keen on the genotype thing. I know that pushed me over the line for getting funded, but there's about 100 different SNPs that are related to weight, and we only had 3 in a very specific pattern. So there were really, we didn't test genotype. We tested these 2 specific genotype patterns. There are hundreds of other potential patterns that could be looked at. So I thought that was a far cry. But I had really been convinced by this metabolic data about the insulin resistance and sensitivity thing, of which people were writing, yes, but they're small and short studies. Somebody should do a larger, longer study. I thought, this is great. I'll be able to nail this one because it's long enough and large enough, and I have all the measures I need this time. Nobody's going to question us. So when it didn't work, yes, I was deflated for a moment, but then I thought, one of the things that we are super proud of was that we focused on this high quality aspect. So we didn't set one up to be the straw man to be knocked over. Maybe if you're choosing a high quality low carb and a high quality low fat, whether you're insulin resistant or sensitive or not doesn't matter. And that actually, from another angle, can be helpful to people. Oh my God, I found out I'm insulin resistant, except I hate eating this, but apparently I'm supposed to. No, actually, if you choose a high quality diet, then you could lose weight on both of them. And so that was actually the practical message that I came away with. I got a couple other hypotheses, but sort of the public health facing message was, we did this. Other people have reported it's different. Because our results are larger and longer than some of the other ones, we're not inclined to say, oh, they were right and we're wrong, we did it wrong. We're inclined to say, maybe some of the other diets weren't done with enough attention to quality. So maybe, and this is true in my field, people are definitely biased to what they think will work. And you can set these things up so that your favorite diet is sort of set up to have a higher chance of success. And maybe that's what was going on in some of the smaller, shorter studies.